Hey YouTube, Kira Twig here, bringing you guys an update to my Destiny Hero deck profile for April 2018. Been a little while since my last update to this deck profile, and I wanted to give you guys an update with all the support we've gotten since it came out, including the Destiny Hero Dangerous, and just a bunch of my ratios have changed for the deck as a total as well. And I'm really happy with the results that have come out of the deck since the update. Aster Phoenix was always a favorite character of mine from GX and ArcV, so loved using the Destiny Heroes. And thanks go out to my friend Anthony for letting me borrow the Destiny Heroes that I did not have for the deck profile to use for the video. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right in. Before we begin, also, this is a pure, as best as I could, Destiny Hero deck profile. I didn't really want to stick too much to the mask change build. I feel like that's a separate deck, and the more mask change plays with masked heroes you put into the deck, the more it focuses on those cards and cards like Shadow Mist more than the actual Destiny Heroes themselves. So if I want to make a Destiny Hero with mask change, I might do that down the road if you guys really want to see that. Let's go ahead and get started. So to start off, I run 3 Destiny Hero Drill Dark. One of my favorites in the deck. If you normal or special summon this card, you can special summon 1 Destiny Hero monster within your hand with attack less than or equal to Drill Dark, and then when he attacks into a defense monster, you inflict the difference as piercing. So he's good for Field Swarm, getting off other Destiny Hero monsters' effects as well that when they're special summoned, and you can basically go for a lot of different fusion options as well with these cards on the field with your trap card or polymerization, just by making use of their own effects like Destiny Hero Decider after you special summon it with Drill Dark and then sending him to the graveyard for a re-add, or even just keeping him on the field to use with cards like Defusion. So he's a definite 3 of them in the deck. He helps with so many plays, including Link Summon if you want to as well. And also 3 Destiny Hero Malicious. Malicious is pretty much standard in all Destiny Hero decks. You can banish this card from your graveyard, special summon 1 Malicious from your deck. It makes up for the Destiny Hero when you use the Destiny Draw from your hand to discard it and then banish for a special summon. So you'll have your draw 2 and another Malicious on the field to make use of, whether it be for fusion summoning or even the potential of Link summoning after you, let's say, summon out something with Drill Dark and then special this. You have 3 monsters on the field to make full use of. And I also run, one of my favorites is Destiny Hero Celestial. I run 2 of this card. When it declares an attack, you can target 1 face-up spell card your opponent controls, destroy it, and if you do, inflict 500 damage to your opponent. So take care of pesky continuous spells or field spells with this card. It's really good. And while you have no cards in your hand except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card and 1 Destiny Hero monster from your graveyard to draw 2 cards. You can only use this effect once per turn. But that draw 2 really helps because Destiny Heroes are known for putting a lot of their hand into their plays and really eating up their resources. So knowing you have a Celestial in the graveyard to fall onto for a draw 2 can really make or break a lot of your plays. And also 2 Destiny Hero Deciders. Now with his effect, if you level 6 or higher monsters your opponent control cannot target the card for attacks, and you can only use each of the following effects of Destiny Hero Decider once per turn. Once per duel, actually, so remember that. It's not once per turn, but you can use each of them. That's why I only like to run 2. If this card is normal or special summon, you can add 1 hero monster from your graveyard to your hand during the end phase of this turn. And during either player's turn, when a card or effect is activated that would inflict damage to you while it's in the graveyard, you return this card to your hand, and if you do make that damage, you take 0. Now what I like to do is obviously summon Destiny Hero Drill Dark and then special summon Decider off of the Drill Dark's effect, and then use polymerization to fuse into, like, let's say Destiny Hero Dangerous or Dystopia guy. You have the activated effect of Decider go off because it activates in the end phase. You fusion into them, make your monster, and then at the end of the turn you'll still get your search to add either Drill Dark or Decider back to your hand. So either you can have the resources to use for Dangerous on your opponent's turn, or just to have plays for next turn as well. It makes up for all of your resources that you put into the polymerization. And I also run 2 Destiny Hero Diamond Dude. Once per turn, you can activate the top card of your deck, and if it is a normal spell card, send it to the graveyard. Otherwise, place it on the bottom of your deck. During the main phase of your next turn, you can activate the effect of the spell card in your graveyard, even if you no longer control this face-up card. Now, we run plenty of normal spell cards in the deck to make use of with this card, so including Destiny Draw, Polymerization, Allure of Darkness, you name it. So the Excavation effect more than likely goes off with this card, and if you have it on the field with Drill Dark, make use of its effect before you use it for any other play, whether it be Xyz, Summon, Fusion, you name it. But I still like it as an option in the deck. And also 1 Destiny Hero Dreamer. Now this is kind of like a protection card when your Destiny Heroes would be destroyed by battle. I only run 1 of this card, but still good because you can send it to the graveyard with Destiny Hero Dangerous, so you don't really have to draw into it, and then just keep it in your graveyard to use. Then it's a good special summon on the field for protection, and if your opponent doesn't have anything else to attack into your monsters, you can use it during your next turn for either a fusion play or special summon of other Destiny Hero monsters. And also 1 Destiny Hero Dynatag. It's kind of a damage card and protection for your monsters. Just 1 of this card, though. It is searchable with the deck. You don't really need to run more than 1 if you don't want to. It's like that 1 tech card that's good because it has a graveyard effect as well to target 1 Destiny Hero monster you control to gain attack points as well. So you have both of those options to fall back onto with this card. And 1 special tech of mine that I like for the Destiny Heroes is 1 Destiny Hero Plasma. Now, with this card, excuse me, cannot be normal summoned, must be special summoned by attributing 3 monsters. It can't be special summoned by other ways. You negate the effects of face-up monsters your opponent controls, and once per turn you can target 1 monster your opponent controls, equip it to this card, and then this card gains attack equal to half that monster's attack. You can only have 1 monster equipped to this card that way. Now, it's just a special tech of mine. I was going back and forth between this card and Dogma for the plays in the deck, and I kind of like Plasma more just for that monster effect negation for your opponent. Really messes them up at times, but it's very easy to summon this card out, especially if you open up basically with the necessities that allow a Malicious in the graveyard and a Drill Dark. So if you go for this play here and then you special summon out the Malicious off of its own effect, you have the requirements for the Plasma on the field to summon out, or even late game. But if you don't end up with those resources, it's still usable for plenty of the fusion summons in the deck for your Destiny Hero fusion monsters. And that's all for the Destiny Hero monsters. For the non, I run 2 Vision Hero Vion just for the polymerization search, and also sending hero monsters to the graveyard, so you can send cards like Dreamer, Malicious, you name it, for plays that you want to do. And then the Banish effect adds the polymerization, but you can totally choose not to activate that effect if you don't want to. But most of the time, if you need the polymerization, it works, but he's a very good option for search in the deck. And also 3 Armageddon Knight. Armageddon Knight plays the same role basically as Vion, except I use it most of the time to send Malicious to the graveyard to get off the effect, and then special summon it to the field. And you have 2 warrior type monsters on the field, meaning you can get out either Dangerous, because Dangerous only requires a dark effect monster, or you can even go for the Link Summon into Isolde Noble Knight, which only requires 2 warrior monsters, and then make use of those arrows that point to the field, and her own search effect as well. And lastly, 2 Red Resonator. Now, I like this card basically because you can special summon out Destiny Hero Drill Dark with Red Resonator, and then use Drill Dark's own effect, having 3 monsters on the field, whether you want to tribute them out for Plasma or go into a Link Summon, or even a Synchro Summon, depending if you just do these 2 cards. Excuse me, a very bad cough getting over, but Red Resonator is still very good for those plays with your monsters, depending on what you want to do. And the Synchro Summon we'll get to later on in the video. And I also run 3 Destiny Draw, moving on to spells now. You discard 1 Destiny Hero, draw 2 cards. It's pretty standard in the deck. You search out Destiny Hero. You don't need to search out, but obviously having this and Malicious in your hand make your play by discarding it to draw 2 cards and then using its own effect to special summon Malicious from the deck. So as long as you don't draw Malicious off of the Destiny Draw, you're made for all your plays ready to go. Also 3 Allure of Darkness. All Dark Destiny Hero monsters, I think Red Resonator is the only non-dark in the deck, so more than likely you'll be guaranteed to get the draws you want off. But running 3 of this and Destiny Draw means so much draw consistency for the deck to grab what you need. And also 2 Polymerization. I like the 2 just because I am running 2 Fusion Recycling Plant as well. It really helps for adding back resources and just searching out polymerization in general. Plus, getting some of those Destiny Heroes in the graveyard with this effect help in the long run as well, with adding the polymerization than just having cards like Dreamer and Malicious in the graveyard to use for your plays. It's the ratio I found most comfortable with the deck. Plus, I run for the one-ofs, 1 reinforcements in the army. They're all warrior-type monsters, so search what you need with this card. 1 resonator call, so I can search out the red resonators. The 2 red resonator and the 1 resonator call ratio is what I like the most, just for search options in the deck. I didn't want to run too many that would, kind of mess up what I was going for. Plus 1 monster reborn, just easy special summon, of course. 1 foolish burial for graveyard plays yet again. 1 soul charge, special summon back stuff. 1 Regeki. Now, this is optional if you want to main this or not. You can even put in 1 Upstart Goblin to make up for this, since you have plenty of draw surge as well to mill through the deck, but that's totally up to you, the player, as a whole. And then for the one-ofs of the traps, 1 Defusion. I just run 1. I find the polymerization plays to be a little bit faster, but having this on the field to use its own effect for destruction protection really makes up for it. Just remember you have to use all Destiny Hero monsters to get this out. So, and you can fuse basically what you want into in the extra deck. The only limit is you have to use Destiny Heroes. And 1 Solemn Judgment as well. It's just that 1 card set of. I might run Return from the Dark Dimension, which special summons back dark monsters, but I like the Solemn Judgment option as well, just if you open up to it and stop any pesky plays that your opponent may have. Sorry about that, guys. We got cut off right when I was going into the extra deck, but moving right along to the extra deck, I run 2 Destiny Hero Dangerous. One of my favorites to use in the deck. He's just so good. We got him in the new Code of the Duelists, and sadly he came in a common, but hoping we might one day down the road get him in hollow form. You just need 1 Destiny Hero monster and 1 Dark Effect monster to make this card, so you can use cards like Armageddon Knight, if need be, to make this card as well, which is why I like running Armageddon Knight in the deck. You can discard 1 card, send 1 Destiny Hero monster from your hand or deck to the graveyard. If you do, Destiny Hero monsters you control gain 200 attack for each Destiny Hero monster in your graveyard until the end of this turn. You can only use this effect of Destiny Hero Dangerous once per turn. Good options on both of your turn and your opponent's turn, whether you want to play defensive or offensively with this card. Plus, fill up your graveyard with needed Destiny Hero monsters for their own abilities as well, like Celestial or Malicious, depending on what you need. And I also run 2 Destiny Hero Dystopia, really good for its burn effect by targeting a Destiny Hero monster in your graveyard and then inflicting damage to your opponent equal to that target's attack. And then during either player's turn, if this card current attack is different from its original attack, except during the damage step, you can target 1 card on the field and destroy it. You can only use, and then this card's attack becomes equal to this card's original attack. You can only use the effect of Dystopia once per turn, but I like running 2. He's a very easy card to summon out. You just need 2 Destiny Hero monsters, so an easy fusion summon for a 2800 attack point monster. Can't go wrong with this guy. And then also 1 Dystopia, the evolved form basically of Destiny Hero Dystopia. So you definitely got to run at least 1. He's good for the protection effects as well for the deck. But basically, if it's fusion summon, you can fusion summon 1 fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from the hand or field. And once per turn, you can target 1 monster on the field and make it unable to be destroyed by battle or card effects. And if you do, neither player takes any battle damage from attacks involving this card. So protect your big monsters using cards like this. With the 3000 attack, 3000 defense, he's a good shield to rely on. And then for the Vision Heroes, Aster Phoenix ran the Vision Heroes, so you have to run them, but they're so good and generic. 1 Vision Hero Adoration and 1 Vision Hero Trinity. Can't go wrong with these 2, especially Trinity with its 5000 attack point gain, attack 3 times. It can even, kill your opponent in 1 swing if need be. And then for the Link monsters, I run 1 Isolde. It's the generic warrior Link monster that has that warrior search and sets up your Link arrow plays. So very, very nice to rely on if you don't have any other options to go into. Same with the Underclock Taker for the Link 2s. And I also run 1 Decode Talker and 1 Borreload just for bigger Link plays if you need them. And then for the Exceed monsters, I run 1 Tornado Dragon, 1 Dark Rebellion, and 1 Heroic Champion Excalibur. Just big push plays and the Spell and Trap Destruction if need be. And then for the Synchro for the Red Resonators, we didn't have any Dark Synchro level 6s, so ran Red Wyvern just as an option. You can even go into the Stardust Charge Warrior, I think is his name, the other level 6, and use him. I believe he is a warrior type monster if you wanted a different option, but we didn't really have too many level 6 options, but I like Red Wyvern for its destruction ability. And then if you really need to get rid of him, you can use him in a Link summon with your other monsters you control for cards like Underclock Taker if need be. But yeah, that is it for the deck profile. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Once again, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And until next time, Kira Twig out.